Paul, you will not believe this time. What do you think you did?
Hey, I think this thing had the potential to go sub 1 minute.
It wasn't sub 1.
But it was a close.
Paul, 101.45. That's the fastest you've gone around this track in a production car. Now, I know you've gone faster in your race car, but today you are chasing that number because what's behind us?
A 2015 Porsche 911 GT3.
Yep, that's right. That's the fast one, and we're going to see if you can break the record, which was set, I believe, in a Corvette C7 Grand Sport convertible.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy, and it's been the record for quite a while now. So
yeah,
this is kind of exciting that we get a chance to break it.
Yeah, years. So let's get behind the wheel. Well, you get behind the wheel and see how fast that is, 0 to 60, and then we'll take it around the track and see if we can crack a new TFL Hot or Not record. 475 horsepower, 325 pound-foot of torque out of this race-tuned 3.8-liter boxer engine that's paired with a 7-speed dual-clutch PDK transmission. Now this thing screams 9,000 RPM. It's as close to a race car as you're going to get for the streets, and especially since this Porsche has an aftermarket exhaust that makes it sound, well, even more pissed off.
Okay, so we're going to do a 0 to 60 on the Porsche GT3, and this is a 2015, remember, 475 naturally aspirated horsepower, and let's see what she does. Left foot brake, full throttle. So there we go, 0 to 60, 4.01 seconds, so close to getting below 4. But that's really cool to think. This is a naturally aspirated car. Everything else we have does that sort of stuff that's here, gets into those sorts of times, are always turbocharged. So for a car to be able to do that, it's really impressive at this altitude. So this car should be plenty fast around our track. This is going to be a good one. 4.01.
I think it was 4 seconds.
Yeah,
I figured
it goes. Yeah. Now, as usual, we're at the wonderful facilities at IMI Motorsports in Dacono, Colorado. So if you ever want to come out here, you can play in the dirt. They've got a motocross track. They've got carts for rent. You can bring your own cars and play me for a day out on the track. You can rent the track and run your own cars. So great facility. Everything you could ever want to do and play with in motorsports, you can do it here. So just click on the link below, go to their website, and come out and visit.
So this is Joe, the owner, and Joe, while they're setting up cameras for the hot lap, tell me about how you got the car. First of all, thanks for bringing it here. So that is a 991.1 911 2015.
Yes.
And you bought it used.
I bought it used,
yep.
And I'd been looking for one for a while, probably for 4 or 5 years, and this one happened to came up for sale on a Monday.
Yep.
Talked to the guy in Miami at a Lamborghini dealership.
Yep.
The car was basically in great condition, body-wise, interior-wise was perfect, but he thought it had some motor issues.
And they were known for that, right?
They were known for that, yeah. So the early 14s and 15s, Porsche actually knew about the finger followers were not working, so they're ovaling out the cam.
Which is no good. You don't want an oval cam, man. It's not going to do anything.
Right. So at high RPMs, it would go into limp mode.
Okay.
Car was still under warranty, and they just didn't want to deal with it. So they sold it fairly cheap.
So how much did you pay for it?
$90,000.
That's not bad. Brought it to Colorado.
Brought it to Colorado for $2 grand.
Yeah.
I tracked it a couple of times, and got it to go into limp mode. Figured out what the problem was. Took it to a local Porsche dealership here.
Yep.
And they took the top end off. They realized there were some shavings in it, and within 2 weeks I had a brand new crate motor installed.
That's sweet. So
yeah.
a new crate motor, how much was that?
55 grand.
55 grand. Holy cow.
Yeah.
And you know,
all free of charge.
All free of charge.
Yeah.
And the cool thing about this one, of course, is they've lightened it up, right? The rear seats are gone.
Yeah.
And every performance part you can think of, right? It's better suspension, better brakes, bigger tires.
Right.
An engine that is tuned from the factory.
Yeah. For all intent and purposes, it's the GT Cup car motor.
Yep. Are you going to keep this one, or is this one something that you're going to, kind of pass along and move on to the next one? Because Porsche always has the engineers say, and we improve the differentials.
Right. Right. Yeah.
On the next generation.
I really plan on keeping this one. It's a great car, and I've just come embodied with it and attached to it.
How about the four-wheel steering? How's that?
It's pretty good. You don't really notice it.
4 degrees, is that right?
Yeah, I think it's 4 degrees in the rear. So you don't notice it a whole bunch unless you're at slow speeds, like coming around, like making a U-turn. You'll really notice the wheels acting against each other.
Yeah. Well, I think Paul's ready to go around the track and see if we can set a new track record. So should we watch him?
Yeah.
Good.
Paul,
Thanks for bringing it, man.
I appreciate the invitation.
No. Appreciate you having it. All right, guys. I'm gonna give you a little bit of POV here, what it's like to be basically the crew for Paul. By the way, if you guys aren't aware, Paul used to be the Stig on Top Gear USA, so he's a much better driver than all of the TFL team combined. So that's why we have him do these. So no stability nannies, no traction, no nothing. Just him in the car on the track. All right, how's it feeling?
It feels good.
It feels good, yeah?
Real good.
You came around that turn in a practice lap and got a little loose there.
Yeah, it's a bit of a weapon. I like it.
You need to put some temperature in the tires?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, okay, all right.
Will it get the track record? I'm optimistic. This is an amazing car, so let's see how she does. RPMs, of course. Amazing Porsche brakes, the pedal is incredible. Just nicely balanced, tons of grip. Out a little bit there. Carbon it through here.
Oh, Joe, you won't believe the time.
What is it? Oh!
Paul, you will not believe this time. What do you think you did?
Hey, I think this thing had the potential to go sub 1 minute.
It wasn't sub 1.
But it was a close 101.46. All right, I think we need to do one more lap.
Yeah, I think you gotta go one more.
Yeah.
You are so close.
That's amazing.
That is amazing. All right, one more?
Yeah.
All right, one more. We're gonna do one more.
When we look at the wheel and tire package on the GT3, first of all, let's start with the tires. We've got Michelin Cup Sport 2 tires on there. These are the ideal, really the best street tires as far as track worthiness. So you can daily drive them, not great in super deep water, standing water, but they are perfectly fine on the street. But they're also very, very good driving on the track. They're probably, you say, oh, are they good as a racing slick? No, they're about 2 or 3 seconds off an actual racing slick. But for a street tire, this is the top of the heap for something that you could daily drive. And we look at the brakes and these beautiful center lock wheels, of course, that we have on the GT3. We've got actually not the carbon ceramics, but actually the steel brakes, which is what Porsche recommends, by the way, for track usage. So this is the right brake. It might not be quicker over one flying lap because the carbon ceramics are so much lighter, but they're much, much more durable. And then clamping on to those iron rotors, we've got 6 piston calipers in the front and 4 piston calipers in the rear. So overall, again, the GT3 is such a thoroughly thought out high performance track machine that everything that's on this car is absolutely top shelf. This car, it's so fun to drive. I didn't make a mistake.
Take a look.
Oh yeah.
101.12. Yeah. We have a new track record, folks. 101.12. You eked out about a half a second out of that. There you go, Paul. Congratulations. Woo! You eked out a half a second on that.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a good car. There's even a little bit more time to get out of this thing, but it's really rare that we get something that I'm like, let's do another one, let's do another one. Usually I can do a couple laps. I'm like, I'm happy with that lap time, but this thing's that good, that grippy, that challenging. Of course, all systems off, and I can feel the cut twos kind of trying to bite into the surface. So really cool. Great car, man.
Well, congratulations, dude.
New track record.
Nice work. Paul, I'm not going to ask you if it's hot or not because we know it's sizzling hot, but the real question is this a sports car bargain?
I think relative to what it competes against, Porsches have always been sort of like right at the cusp of being a supercar. I think now they're thought of more as being a manufacturer, not just with things like a Carrera GT or a 918, but even the 911s now are kind of getting maybe the respect they always desered but didn't.
So is that a yes or a no?
That's a yes.
I
think it is because again they tend to come in a lot cheaper than a McLaren, a Ferrari, or what have you. But what you're getting, very obviously, is that same level of performance.
Well, there you have it, guys. The king is dead. Long live the king, Paul. Congratulations. Guys, thanks for watching. Remember, come back to tflcar.com for more news, views, and of course, real world Hot or Not reviews. See you guys next time. Ciao.